You ready?
Sure.
Ready.
Yawn, we good? What's up, Jay? Start it off, bro.
Hey, I think I missed the too sweet. Anyway,
Oh my
Work on
God.
it, bro.
RJ show here, and it's tension wrestling disorder. Well, you can tell I was half asleep. I'm like out of my damn mind, but that's besides the point because that's the usual. So again, welcome to Attention Wrestling Disorder. I am RJ Show.
Use the whole show and nothing but
Nothing
the show.
but the
whatever
damn
shit
show.
is.
Almost forgot that shit too.
He's clearly out of it. So I will take over. I am Chuck the Counterbalance, aka Chucky Hashi, even though my hair is slicked back, so you can't see it as good today. And
I am the Hot Rod 521, your 4-time ELW Fantasy Champion. Welcome to episode number 12.
It looks like a 21, bro. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, such a
I thought we were
degenerate.
like 51, episode 12, right? So, you know, we've been doing this thing now. We have people on the show here and there.
One more special guest.
And we have another one today. Someone I've known, actually, I met a long damn time ago. Well, tomorrow is a very special event on the Fight Network or Fight TV. Is it Fight TV or Fight Network?
Fight TV. Fight TV.
Yeah, Fight TV.
Global Syndicate Wrestling. And we got one of the guys from Global Syndicate Wrestling. Also part of the Marked Out podcast. Please tell me I said that right.
You got it.
What's going on, Brian Tamburello? How the hell are you?
I'm good, RJ. Thank you guys for having me, Chuck and Rod. I'm good, man. Just hanging, getting ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw you, you know, when you were posting about that. I'm like, dude, we got to talk about this. And plus, when I found out that you were involved in wrestling, and I didn't, it's weird. You'd think I'd know that, but I really didn't at the time.
That's funny.
Now, how do I know this guy? So I was working at 98.5 The Bone and Party 105 eons ago. I was a board op. And this was when I was just the J. Right before I would become the J of Radio X, I was still kind of trying to, you know, make a name for myself, still getting, you know, trying to get going there.
Sure.
And I was just board op, and you know, you would cut in between during between the shows, and there would be like someone who would do the traffic or the news.
Yeah. I know where. Okay. I know where you're going. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's this woman. Want to say? I'm hoping it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Sue.
You got it. That's right. Now, was
Yeah,
that
and
same
I just,
company?
you know, we would kind of just be bullshit here and there in between takes or whatever, and I became, you know, just kind of friendly through working
Right.
at the radio station, and I guess I eventually met her son Brian.
Yeah. That's fine. So I knew it was something. I just didn't know which station it was, but that makes sense. Okay. But it's been a while. I know we've been Facebook friends for a long time now.
Yeah, we've been Facebook friends for a while. You know, and then, but we would meet each other at like random shows here and there. Right. I think while I was hosting, and I can't remember where. And I think I might have seen you at maybe I did see you at that either VSV.
Was it VPW?
VPW, maybe.
What wasn't there? Back in, if it was at a wrestling show, I used to. Was it? All right. So wait, let's start over. Was I wrestling or was it?
No, I didn't even know you were wrestling. See, I'm trying to remember. I could have seen you at one of the shows that I hosted.
Gotcha.
Who the hell knows? Because I would keep running into you, dude.
That's right. Yeah, and very random at places. That's what the thing. Like I was trying to remember where the hell, but okay, this all makes sense now. So, I feel much better.
So, yeah. And then I noticed, oh shit, Brian's in the business. But you started in wrestling for the company, right?
Not for GSW.
Okay.
No. So back in actually, I mean, I started as a backyard wrestler. I mean, that's actually where it really started back in high school.
Story for you.
Was a backyarder. Did that and then wanted to continue and actually get like real training. So back in 2004, I went to East Coast Professional Wrestling. That's in Parsippany or Lake Hiawatha, New Jersey. And got training there, and I wrestled on shows from about 2004 to like 2008ish, 2009ish on Long Island, out in Deer Park, and some in Jersey too.
Oh wow!
So it wasn't actually VPW, but there was another company. It was called PWR. It actually ran out of a church. Oddly enough, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, the shows were good. It was in the gym. It wasn't like actually in the, like on the.
No, I figured.
Yeah, right. What do
I
kind
of figured you wasn't doing like frog splashes off a pew or nothing like that.
Well, believe it or not,
Idol promotion.
What's that?
Chuck, what was the name of Sound Guys promotion?
Oh, Fight the World Wrestling.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Impossible. I'm trying to remember if I don't know.
This was a while ago, and the company really didn't last all that long. But going back to the church thing, we actually did train. Like we would set up the ring like actually on the altar, and that's where we would just have, because the church was empty, like no one was there at night, so we would just sit there, just set it up and do the training, and then tear it down, and then
blessed.
Yeah.
Blessed, right?
Yeah. But that was a long time ago. It feels like a long time ago, at least.
Sometimes I feel like it's crazy to think in hindsight, because now we're in 2021 with like the world the way it is. Like you see like memories on Facebook, like that was 11 years ago. What the hell? Where did life go? I'm sure we all took our own versions of that. Like, where the hell did life go?
Seriously. Yeah. That's very true.
I mean, for the past year, I was wondering that right there, where the hell did life go?
Last year, we all thought that way because we all been home for the last year. It's only now that like we're finally starting to open up.
We're
By
getting
the way,
there.
Congratulations, Chuck. You don't look like Yoshihashi today.
I know, I took my hair, but
okay.
Tomorrow night,
back to this is what we were talking about, by the way, Brian.
Today. I actually went out and about and I haven't showered yet today, so I actually look like a normal human being, not an unkempt Yoshihashi.
So you did backyard wrestling. Okay, so one time I want to say I was in 19 or 20.
Okay.
Maybe I was, okay. And this kid, at the time I was in high school, this kid I met like through, I'm just going to throw it at you. Probably remember this place, maybe not. This kid I used to hang with at the Witch's Brew. Actually, no, that's not true. I met him at a freestyle karate class. Anyway, so this kid, he was like a wrestling fan like myself. I'd hang out, we'd watch, pay-per-view events and stuff. And one day he was telling me about this thing he does, this backyard wrestling. So like an idiot, I'm like, yeah, I'll come check it out. Why am I saying like an idiot? Because I wanted to be a part of it, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Right. Yeah.
And I am. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we tried to be smart about it, like, or at least, I remember I bought tapes from like FYE. What is it? FYE, that place. There were actually John Cena was in the tape. It was an old, what was it? Shit. Oh, UPW. Do you remember UPW? It was like almost right. Yeah. So they had like training videos that were on VHS tapes, and John Cena was in it. Samoa Joe was in it. Christopher Daniels was in it. But they would like teach you like the basics of wrestling and all that. So that's what like we would watch. Me and my friends that were backyarding, we would just sit around and watch that and try to learn and
try and absorb it good, right?
My friend's like, I'll show you some stuff. I'm like, sure, whatever. And I don't know. They're just like, do this, do that. I must have thrown the worst clothesline, the stiffest, the dumb, like the worst clothesline ever. I even, and I'm like, kicking people while they're down. And then later on, I found out, oh, Jay, they said you were dangerous. I'm like, dude, I told you I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I even stupidly took
backyard wrestling. Everything about backyard wrestling is dangerous.
I took a pile driver, and I'm surprised I'm still fine after it. Because again, I don't know what the hell I was doing.
Right. Oof.
There's ways to
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You take that wrong. Goodbye.
Yeah, seriously.
I could choreograph a punch to make it look like I'm knocking you out, and I can do that proper.
Right.
That's not all I can do.
Oh man, it was like one of those wake-up calls. Like you don't know what the hell you're doing, so you shouldn't be doing it.
Oh, that's true. That's why you should go to get
go to school for that.
trained.
That's why they tell you kids to try this at home.
That was
my favorite.
So, did you eventually go to? I mean, like, were you taking shots you had no business taking? Like, because you said yourself, you're just like watching. All these,
yeah. When we were backyarding, I mean, we definitely were doing stuff that we shouldn't have. But once we graduated high school, that's 3 of us, myself and 2 of my buddies. We actually went and got trained. So we actually went through school. I think we trained for, let's see, we started in about, I think it was like January, and our first match was in September. So about 9 months or so, and went from there.
Where'd you get trained?
That was ECPW by Gino Caruso. That's out in Lake Hiawatha, New Jersey.
Why do I know that?
I don't know. Well, so I know. Let's see. I think not Nunzio, Little Guido. I believe he trained there. I think Bull James. He's one of the bigger names that's come from there recently.
Yeah, he was in NXT.
Yeah. I think he cut his teeth in wrestling there.
Bullfit.
Right, yeah. Bullfit. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that was back in. So I was at ECPW from about, I think I wrestled on shows there for about 3 or 4 years or so, and then bouncing between Long Island as well.
You know Ken Scampy?
I remember that name. Yeah, from NYWC, right?
Yeah, I went to school with him. We went to NYT together.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I remember going to shows and seeing him, and yeah, he was awesome. He was great.
Yeah, good guy. I was going to say, I'm trying to figure out where I've heard ECPW. I couldn't remember if that was through him. But
all right, Brian, like if you've worked the East Coast scene, then I know you've had to do shows with Vinny DeGuido.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, we had him on. Yeah, but he
with who?
Vinny DeGuido.
Vinny DeGuido. Why do I know that name? I do know that name. Is he a manager? Is he a wrestler?
Yes.
He's a manager, right?
He's a manager, yeah.
He wrestles
the
here and there.
Champions, he likes to call himself.
Oh man. Now I'm gonna have to Google him.
He was on here not too long ago.
He sounds like, oh yeah. It's not easy to get famous.
So he was just on one of the shows.
Yeah, we had him on here, but
he was our first guest actually.
Yeah, but I've known him for years. I met him through a friend when I was playing in a band, and then I found out he was into wrestling, and he wrestled and all that stuff.
Very cool.
But yeah, I guess he was part of. He was in the scene. There's a bunch of. It's just cool. There's a lot of people like Dan Acosta. I'm sure you know about. I think I might have heard about that through him, Dan Acosta.
What did Dan Acosta say? I missed part of that.
He's wrestling. He's wrestling too. He wrestled with what's the name of this? The big dude who was in Order of the Black.
I'm not sure.
I can't think of his name, but
I don't know.
He's another big guy from Long Island.
Okay.
And who also wrestled in Jersey.
Huh.
I can't think. In fact,
it might have been when I was kind of, because again, I was like, when was it? Like 2008, 2009 is when I kind of stopped doing the in-ring stuff.
Okay.
Took a little bit of a break. So it might have been a time of, maybe I must have just missed them, different eras, if you will.
So what was that like for you before you were doing the announcing, like actually the in-ring work?
In-ring was fun, man. I loved it. It was like, honestly, it was a lot of fun. And again, like I said, I felt not fell out of it, but graduated college in 2009, and that's around the time when I stopped. I can't remember. It's a little foggy, but it was like I remember it was right around the time when I stopped college, when I stopped wrestling shows. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get a job and go, whatever, and then I'll go back to wrestling. It's always gonna be there, I could just go back and go get training and stuff and just work on shows and we'll be good. So it took a little bit of a break. I was bartending for like 5 years or so. Always still like into wrestling. I never stopped being a fan. I just had to kind of pump the brakes on trying to work on shows and doing all that. So and then I forget what the original question was. I'm just rambling right now.
Well,
Into that, don't worry about it.
we were just wasn't really just asking you about like
the shows. Yeah, wrestling. Yeah, I mean it's definitely different. Now doing the ring announcing thing versus being in the ring, but I definitely missed being in front of a crowd, and which ironically when I came back there was no really crowd, but anyway. Yeah, I know, right? But I mean it's definitely different, but one of the reasons actually I haven't even talked about it with you guys and actually one of the reasons why they call me Bionic on Marked Out is because back in 2017 I actually had to get my hips replaced. So I have full-blown like total hip replacements in both of my hips. So that's actually one of the reasons why I also got into ring announcing, was because I can't do the in-ring stuff anymore. So
was that from working or
no. I mean I'm sure it probably didn't help, but no, it was from something else. That's a much longer story, but
right. Okay.
Yeah. Right. But back in so that was in 2015. So 2015 I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I don't know, are you guys familiar with High Spots?
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, I know.
Yeah, you've heard of it. Yeah. So that they actually have a facility in Charlotte. So when I moved there, I'm like, all right, this is, I'll go to High Spots, I'll get trained, get back into training, start working shows,
Sure.
Blah, blah, blah. And then when was it? Let's see, it was Christmas of 2015. I just started, like, I woke up one morning and I couldn't really walk. Like I had a lot of pain in my like I just felt like I had no strength in my legs. Like it was pretty bad. Like I had to use a cane to get around and stuff for like a couple of years.
Oh wow.
And then 2017, that's when I got my hips replaced. And but actually that's also when I got really back into wrestling. And that's how I got into podcasting and stuff, because I wasn't really doing much, couldn't really work, couldn't really do anything. And so that's when I started like really kind of getting really back into wrestling. Again, I was always a fan. Even when I was bartending Saturday nights, there was a channel that would have Raw and SmackDown just on repeat. I would just throw it on and have it on the fucking. Ooh, am I allowed to curse?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Yeah.
Didn't I curse in the beginning?
Did you? I don't. Yeah. Maybe you probably did.
Yeah.
I think I started with the whole fucking show because he had
But yeah, I would always have wrestling on, man. So, but yeah, once I had the surgery and I was, even before surgery, really, I just kind of really got back into wrestling, just honestly because I had the time and I just needed something to kind of, I don't know, kind of not get away, but you know how it is. Like you enjoy wrestling because it just it's something that I don't know, it's just something that you like.
Yeah, it's something that's you're a part of you, Right. I've been a fan since I was like 8 years old, and I always wanted to get into it as far as you took it, but never did. Never happened. But,
well, I mean, there's still time, right? There's always time. That's the good thing.
I mean, we're all getting older, but there's still time.
Right.
No, I'm in my 40s, so I don't know about that.
Hey, DDP didn't start till what? He was like 30,
35.
Right? Yeah, 35.
Now,
Batista start late too.
Yeah, Batista was like, I think he was also, because
he was
up there also.
I found out when he debuted on the main roster, he was 33, I think.
33. I thought he was 30. Well, I thought he was 39.
No,
was he 33? Oh.
Yeah, he's like 30. He was like 35 when he won the title.
Okay.
That's
Dang.
all right. I'll be 35 in like 2.5 months.
I'm 35 now. I'll be 36 in August.
I'll be 35 in August. So
there we go.
You're Leo or you're Virgo?
I'm a Leo.
Oh, me
20
too. Okay, so
20
we're in good company. Good.
21st.
30s,
August 21st is my
19th.
birthday.
Right on.
19th.
Well,
Hey,
happy
there you
early. Happy early, my friend.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yeah, 35. You know, these two old clowns in the room.
I win.
You do.
You don't want to be 42, but it is what it is. But
You can always.
yeah, that's cool. And so how did you transition? Like, who said be an announcer? Was it just like,
No, that was something that I just kind of, again, like I was dealing with the hip stuff, and I was kind of going crazy just because I wasn't working, I wasn't really doing anything. And again, that's when I was started getting into podcasting, and I was doing that twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week.
Pretty cool.
In fact, actually, I know there were some times when I would record 4 a week, but that's just because, again, I was just kind of going crazy just because I couldn't really move, I couldn't really do anything. And again, I was a bartender for a year, so like not being able to do that kind of, it was, as much as like it sucked like physically, it was also like fucked up like mentally too, like just kind of, not being able to go out there and just like take a bump if you wanted to or whatever. So I kind of have to be conscious about all the physical stuff. So I don't know, I just kind of stayed, I would be watching wrestling, and in my I don't know, my mentality just kind of shifted a little bit. And I was like, well, why the fuck wouldn't I do announcing or commentary or something, anything really that was anything except for bumping or wrestling, being in the ring itself. I was game for, and that's actually what I went to. So I also went to college for TV video production. So
Awesome.
I got a lot more involved with like video editing, and I got back into that. And that's actually what I do a lot for. I do the ring announcing for GSW, but I also do a lot of the video editing and
Awesome.
post-production stuff too.
you did the stuff in the beginning of the one that was posted up on the GSW
Probably.
YouTube, right?
Probably, yeah. I do a lot of stuff. Yes, yeah, I did the opening. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that I help out with, but it's a great team. Like there's a lot of awesome guys that are behind the scenes that are really doing great things. And I mean, besides the card itself is insane, but it's a really great company, man. I'm excited for tomorrow.
The updated card. I saw the little bit of the promos, but I wonder if they've been tweaked or not.
No, so it is all the same, because I actually had the same question myself. Being the ring announcer, I wanted to know what the hell is going on, right?
Right.
Yeah. So there was a slight change to the card, but I'll get to that. So I mentioned earlier that there is a women's tournament that's kicking off tomorrow night. So there's four women's matches that we have. The first one is going to be Hyon versus Allison Kay.
Nice.
Which is going to be awesome. And then we also have Holiday versus Vicious Vicky. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with either. Well,
is that the one with the clown makeup?
That used to be the Twisted Sisters, right?
I don't know about that, but she wears a bunch of makeup. Yeah, and she's been around for a bit.
Yeah, her and Thunder Rosa are a team.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. That's right. There you go. And then we have Jordan Blade versus Deonna Purrazzo.
Nice.
As the third match. And then we also have Kimberly versus Trisha Dora, which they've got some beef to squash, dating back from our last show. So this will be a good one that they can settle it in the ring.
I was actually surprised that, based on their team in on Impact, I was surprised that they weren't put together, on the card as a
right. Yeah. Well, I think who are you talking about? Kimber and
Deonna.
Yeah. No, I think they just wanted to keep them separate, and especially with the women's tournament. I think, I guess it just made sense.
Are they playing different roles too?
As far as, what do you mean? Like, as far as like, no, okay. I mean, she's for the, no, she's this, well, I guess she just changed it slightly, but no, it's still the same. You get what you see if you see them anywhere else.
So I'll explain what I mean. I saw a show in New Jersey, Ace Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
There was this like heel team, it's like Hollywood group, and then, they were the bad guys, basically. They were the heels. But then I saw one of the guys at another promotion. He was the complete opposite.
Yes.
I know in some companies they tend to change it up a bit. You
Sure.
may not you'll get kind of the same character, but
Heel or
a little
face.
Face it instead of heal it.
Exactly.
they'll play face instead of heel.
Yeah, that's always going to change. Well, I mean, I guess you have exceptions. Like, I mean, you're never going to see MJF, right? You're not going to see him anywhere in a face capacity, really.
I'll be shocked if that ever happens.
Right. But I'm sorry. Were you going?
No. Go on.
No, I was just saying, but it's just, for the most part, if you go to different shows and different companies, yeah, they're going to be a heel, they're going to be a face, but for the most part, you're going to get still the same character and all, the whole essence of the person, like of their in-ring character.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, like, I know we're skipping a bit. You talk about the women's tournament. I'm looking forward to the Dickinson Hammerstone match.
Yeah, man. So am I. It's crazy that they I don't know how they haven't had a one-on-one before. They've been in the same companies. And I believe what's that?
It could be timing too. Like
yeah.
Like maybe one guy was in one company and the other guy came in later.
Right. Yeah. So this will be the first time that they're having a one-on-one. So I mean, just even as just a fan, I'm excited just to I mean, I'll have hopefully I have a good seat.
Those guys big time right now.
What's that?
I really like what Dickinson's doing in New Japan and
New Japan especially. Yeah.
And Ring of Honor.
What?
What's that?
He's doing New Japan and Ring of Honor. He's him.
Yeah, I mean a lot of our roster is it's some of it are MLW. We have a few people that are kind of not, I don't want to say upstart or whatever, but kind of newer to the business, but they're doing awesome things, Gio Galvano, Wrecking Ball Legursky, Big Trouble Ben Bishop, those guys right there. Smiley, he's another guy that's they're crushing.
Yeah, the luchador guy, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Psycho Lucha, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Smiley, Wrecking Ball. They were in the match. It was Wrecking Ball versus Smiley versus that tall dude.
That's big. Yeah, that's Big Trouble Ben Bishop. He is a big MFer. He is tall. He's a big dude. But yeah, man. I don't know. Tomorrow it's just getting back to the Dickinson and Hammerstone thing. It's just I'm looking forward to it. I know. I mean, the belt is on the line. Dickens, Hammerstone is the champion. He will be defending it.
Cool.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one.
And now I saw something. I didn't see you promote it recently, but I thought you promoted it a while ago. Hopefully I'm not wrong. I also saw a certain wolf maybe appearing.
Yes. There
are. So I'm right.
Yes. Yeah, you are right. There are talks that. Well, I mean, he's not going to be wrestling, but he will. Yeah.
I thought you promoted him on the site. I thought I could have sworn that.
Well, so he is returning to professional wrestling. This will be the first time that he's going to be back at a show with GSW. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chuck, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Richards, yes.
You talked about him yesterday.
We did. Well, now he's
Richards.
Did he just sign MLW? Was that the new?
Yeah, he was MLW's first draft pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did. I've liked a lot of the stuff that Davey Richards I've seen over the years.
Oh yeah, dude, he's no joke.
Team with Eddie Edwards, the Wolves was always good.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are kind of want. They want the Wolves.
New Japan was always
right.
Day, like all that stuff is Ring of Honor.
You won't be getting Eddie for a while, unfortunately, due to the surgery.
Eddie Edwards.
Oh yeah.
What did you say, Rod? You cut out.
You'll be getting Eddie for a while because he just had surgery.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So now we get Davey at least, but yeah, I mean Davey, he's gonna be there. I don't even know what the hell he's gonna be doing. Like I'm not even fucking with you guys.
We'll find out tomorrow.
I know. Just you too, right?
I'll find out as well. Yeah, I have no idea either.
Oh yeah, announce this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure, like, if anything changes, I'm sure they're going to pull you aside and say, "Oh, by the way, you have to mention this."
Oh, of course, yeah, I'm sure, but I do know that he will be there in some capacity, so I'm looking forward to it.
Austin Aries in a tag match. I mean,
Austin Aries and Ricky Reyes versus two. I already mentioned them. Well, Gio Galvano.
Oh, wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Ricky Reyes. Well,
Ricky Reyes, yeah, he will be there. He had wrestled for us back in February, so he will be tagging with Austin Aries against Gio Galvano and Super Nitro. Those are both.
Oh, wow! So you got Aries on your show? Wow, I haven't heard Aries on your show. Wow.
Oh yeah,
that's just the infamous no sell at Bound for Glory.
That's right. Yeah, we're before we were on air, we were trying to figure out where like what I think that might have been his last major company that he's been, or at least on TV, you know. But it's great that he's he had an awesome match against Hammerstone back in February, our first event. So it'll be cool seeing him in a tag match, especially with a Ring of Honor, you know, one of their OG Ring of Honor guys. So it'll be cool.
How long has GSW been around?
So February was our first show.
Okay.
Yeah. So they
oh, so you're a relatively new promotion then.
We're very new.
Not gonna be knocking on WWE's door in 2 years. I'm kidding.
Yeah, exactly. We're coming for you, Vince. No.
And you're based in Jersey, right?
Yeah, we're based in Jersey. Our first show, we had it at the Monster Factory, which I forget what town.
You brought that up, yeah.
Yeah, I forget, but I mean the Monster Factory's been around forever. Not
Danny
Cage.
Yeah,
he's dude. He's cool. He's cool as hell. And then this show is at it's in Ridgefield Park. At a VFW hall, so it's a big building where you saw High Voltage, same building. It's going to have a little bit of a different setup, but it's a good building. They have some beers and booze available, and
limited capacity, or
I believe so. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be social distancing, wearing a mask, and all that stuff. Although I know they relaxed the laws in Jersey, so I don't know.
I know tri-state area pretty much has kind of the same thing going now, where the new thing now with CDC is if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask indoor or outdoors unless the place advises it, but you still have to. But like if you're,
I know Florida supposedly we're lax here now. So
apparently Florida's a joke. Yeah. Apparently COVID ain't real in Florida, guys.
No,
it doesn't exist.
Yeah, right.
Like I work in healthcare, so I have to wear a mask to work every day. Like that.
Sure.
You know, if you take like public transportation, you have to wear a mask.
Right.
Like different things like that. Like you have to wear a mask.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm still personally going to continue to, you know, if I'm in
right, because until everybody starts getting vaccinated, same here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been vaccinated for 3 months, so what I'm doing now, I've probably been able to get away with the last 3 months, but I just haven't.
Right. 3 weeks for me.
Mindfulness, you know.
Right.
Been end of April was my second one.
Nice.
So it's been like what? It's almost been a month, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm also I got out pretty early. It was after the first show, which was, I mean, that was more nerve wracking than anything. Like that was really. I mean, I hadn't done a show. It's with COVID and everything. Everything was shut down. So back in February, doing it, I had to wear I was wearing a mask in ring, and everyone was socially distanced and all that. That was kind of. Whew, I was more nervous about that than like actually being.
So that was the first show back with people in the crowd.
Yeah. And again, everyone was kind of spaced out, and but still, you know, you really don't know what the hell, what's true, what's not, and but it was a lot to kind of have on your mind while you're trying to, you know, speak in front of like a bunch of people, but. It was cool. It was a fun night, and everyone had a blast. Everyone was wearing a mask, and everyone was cool about it.
Yeah.
So what was the mood of the locker room, not knowing what was going to happen? You know, back during the whole pandemic. And
everyone, no, I mean, I'm like, I've been crazy about it. I've been kind of, I don't want to say crazy, but I've definitely been very cautious. As I've mentioned, I've had some had some health issues, so I'd rather sit this one out. But everyone in the locker room, they were all cool. Everyone was wearing a mask. Everyone was kind of
That's good. That's
no one and that's I mean really nothing else to say about that. I'm glad how they all handled it too. Everyone was very professional about it, and especially because again, I'm someone that's kind of crazy. I'm like, oh, they're not wearing their fucking mask, but no,
I can
yeah.
But I get what you're saying. Like,
right.
I don't care. So like, I'm always like, I'm at work. I just assume I go to work every day. Oh shit, everybody has COVID. I'm gonna die today.
Yeah. Not in fact, actually, I know. Like during the show, I was giving out hand sanitizer. I remember I gave out sanitizer. Like I was just offering it up. I was like, Kimberly was there. I was like, some sanitizer? She's like, sure, why not?
Probably really
Cage,
cool.
I think I gave him some too.
At one point at work, we had a screener down in the lobby, and they would screen patients, and we would give everybody sanitizer. Most people were really happy about it. You know, people are good. You know.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's there. It's for everybody. Everybody's all about it. Like everybody, like now, it's like, oh crap, maybe we should have a little bit better hand hygiene moving forward. You know.
I know, right?
I mean,
people who don't apparently before this people.
It's saying that like it took like a pandemic for people to become more hygienic, but you know.
Yeah, right. But
hey,
I have sanitizer in my car, dude. Everywhere, you know. It's always in my car, so I have my mask, my gloves.
Yeah,
like, I couldn't get hand sanitizer. I went on WWE.com and ordered hand sanitizer. So
of course you got WWE hand sanitizer. You probably with your Nitro cologne too, right? Your WWE.
I actually got it. Fun story. I actually had that back in the day. I actually did have that.
Oh, that's awesome.
You would still wear the cologne.
Yeah, you did, of course.
I mean, if I could find it, if I could order it and get it today, I would actually still buy it and get it today. It smells real good, to be honest.
I'm with you, Rod.
Girl, are you wearing the girl actually somehow know the set and be like, are you wearing WCW Nitro cologne? Be like, hells yeah!
Yeah, like marry me.
Shoot.
You know that would happen.
And I mean, and I would have been like, it's what the big boys wear too.
Of course you would. Of course.
Oh man.
Leave it to Rod, man. WWE hand sanitizer.
Rod
they really have it?
They do. Yeah, I remember seeing it also.
Looks like my buddy Derek has the AEW.
And hell, I got let's see if I can even grab it here real quick. Here we go.
Let's see.
This is it. Yep.
Should we be scared? Oh.
There you go.
God!
Of course you have not seen hand wipes.
Yeah. What product is that? I know.
They're hand wipes.
They're hand wipes.
Ugh.
Are they actually like Are those WWE?
Yeah, they got Becky Lynch, Bailey, the New Jay, AJ Styles ones too.
Wow.
WWE is
got at Walmart.
Woo.
What was that? Money in the Bank, where they were promoting the immense hand sanitizer. Like you had them all fighting throughout the whole thing, and then there was a segment with Brother Love and he was washing his hands. So they went.
Oh, that's right.
And then Vince was putting the sanitizer on.
That's right.
That's probably where it all came from.
Oh my gosh, crazy.
Do you have like in your crew with your podcast? Do you have like one guy who's like overly obsessed with wrestling who will buy like products like that? Do you have a Rod in your group?
And overly obsessed that well, I mean, if you're talking about buying like weird products, that would probably be me in the group.
Okay, so
that'd probably be me.
So you're the Rod.
I'm the Rod. So I'm looking at my desk right here. I'm trying to see.
Rod buys everything wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, I have.
Hell's yeah.
Here, ready?
Nothing wrong with it, but I mean, I think the sanitizer is a little. I don't know.
Rod would buy WWE tampons if he could, because he was just.
I have WCW trading cards from 1991.
Oh, I used to have that exact box. I still have them somewhere. I used to have those cards. They're somewhere. They're probably
a nice little Dutch Mantel right there.
Oh shit!
I had those cards too. I did like 6th grade. My boy would break them in every day, and I would buy like a pack of them for like a quarter.
I used to have an Andre the Giant card. I don't know where the hell it is. With the $1 Million Man on it.
Andre the Giant.
It was Andre the Giant and the $1 Million Man.
But yeah, I remember those WCW cards. I had those. Like
nice.
Those exact 91 ones.
I wound up selling them though. I should have kept them.
I thought they were going to be worth something, but I went on eBay, and they're actually still available, like sealed and everything. Like you can get a pack for relatively cheap, considering you'd think that they would be worth.
I
like,
had to.
We got it with like Norman Smiley.
At one point, I had the Ultimate Warrior comics. I think I have like the first 3 of them, and I was looking.
Nice.
I
had those too, but then
which ones?
The Ultimate Warrior comic books. It was the Warrior.
That came out like in '96.
Yeah.
When he made his return.
Yeah, he had a comic book. I looked into it. I was like, oh, they're probably.
Didn't Undertaker also have a comic book?
Who?
Undertaker.
He may have.
I had to look. They
recently, they had like a few years ago, like WWE had comic book, like with CM Punk, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, you can still find them. Actually, believe it or not, if you go to Newberry Comics, there's one of there's ones like down south or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. But the real ones in Massachusetts, damn it.
Them in the comic book store, Newberry Comics. You can buy.
Speaking of what's the name, my boy sent me a link. Apparently now, like Ringside Collectibles, they got like the blue Universal title and the new United States title, so those are getting added to the collection.
Of course, because Rod owns every belt. Rod is such an enthused fan, like Rod.
No, not every. They still have not made the women's tag title belts yet. I'm disappointed about that.
Those are pretty good looking too. Those are cool.
But Rod's a guy like parties, and Rod's a big beer pong guy. He would put his tag titles on the line because he was the beer pong tag champion.
Hell yeah, fun times.
That's awesome.
Times.
I'll be back.
Party we went to for like 2 years, dude.
Oh my God, those are fun times.
He's so obsessed with John Cena. Whenever he would enter a party, he would blast the John Cena theme on his phone to let him.
Hell yeah!
Got to make an entrance, right?
Pick the most overrated.
Oh, there you go.
I don't have.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually got this as a gag gift when I was last day of one of my jobs. They knew I was a wrestling fan, so they just gave me. They all chipped in and bought me.
That's
it was
cool.
like one of the toy belts, which my daughter has now. She won't let. She kept it. She keeps it now. So
at least she kept it in the family, bro.
Should have got her the women's titles.
Well, this is the heavyweight.
There you go.
I can't even get it in the shot here, but
the Roman title.
The Roman title, yeah.
Title, because that's the guy who's going to keep it forever. Because he is the guy.
Now you get the Universal title.
But yeah, I think that's all I have. But I used to have toys and stuff, but unfortunately, a lot of that stuff got sold as I was getting older.
Yeah,
I regret that shit now, though.
Right. I hear you.
You get older and you get new stuff.
Now I collect figures when I can. I collect pops. I collect the belts.
Nice.
I don't collect pops. These are the only pops I have in my entire life, and half of them are my girlfriends. It's just
how come they're not? How come you don't? Are you so you don't unbox them? Huh? You just leave them?
No, I don't.
Yeah, they're worth more. You do it that way.
I have an addicting personality, so if I start collecting Funko Pops, I will have to have every single one.
That's how I feel about figures too. I'm like dipping my toes in figures.
And then my mom
this is my addictive personality now. My addictive personality because of the two of you. I think I watch wrestling every day, and I've been like constantly watching pay-per-views.
That's a bad thing. I love watching.
No, it's a great thing, but I haven't been like this extreme about it until you two. Until this year. I mean, I've always loved wrestling. I've always watched, a few things here and there, but now it's like I'm so knee deep.
I hear you, man.
I showed you New Japan.
And I mean, I love it.
Pandora's box opened right up.
Yeah. I never watched, I've watched like Impact, WWE, obviously. But you, Chuck, got me into even more with New Japan.
Japan is like
and now, now with MLW, I'm like, and now, tomorrow, if
GSW.
it's wrestling, I'm in. I don't care what it is. If it's wrestling, I'm in.
Right.
No, but I mean, the card
Speaking of
is
tomorrow,
crazy.
don't forget, MLW is on at noon on Vice TV.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But
it's
I
at
mean-
noon. Okay, if it's on noon, that's okay. But if they're at like night, I would say don't watch that.
No, it's
Watch
at noon on
GSW.
Vice TV.
All right.
What do you mean? Like, what's wrong with watching it at night?
No, just because GSW is running tomorrow. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow it's all about GSW. 7 o'clock, or is it
I think it's actually
6:45?
No, I want to say actually. You know what? That's a
Well,
good.
let me find you guys on
That's a
the
good
on my
question.
Fight. I can follow you guys. Hold on.
Go
Yeah, it's
to
on
the
Fight.
fight.
Go to-
Get the Fight app, download it, and the name. What's the name of the show?
Already done.
It's called Catalyst. GSW
So go
Catalyst.
on to it. Look for GSW Catalyst. Get that shit. Get it tonight.
Get it tonight.
And if-
We're also,
If you're in the area,
put the link
and
in the post. The link
if
is
you're in the
there.
area, go check it out. Go to New Jersey.
It's really
see-
close. It's really close to Long Island. It's not that far. It's right. It's close to the
if
GW.
you-
It's right there.
I mean, if you live where Rod and I live in Florida, we can't just hop there. So
Well,
we're gonna
that's
have to
true.
watch it on
That's
Fight.
true.
But
I'm gonna watch it later on. I'm also making my own return to things tomorrow night in my band. You know, I'm a musician.
oh yeah, that's right.
Very cool.
I'm
Once that's over, by Sunday,
following you
I'm
guys
working
now,
on
GSW.
There you go.
Next generation.
I stream wrestling while I work because I'm a loser.
Not bad. It's only
Hockey
15.
season
Yeah,
comes
I might have to consider getting a 645 apparently.
I purchased it. I'm ready to go.
You're ready
it's
to go.
mine.
What does it say? It
Yeah.
says 6:45 on there.
I think I saw that.
Probably after work. Probably when I get home, I'll watch it.
Is there a pre-show, or is
No.
it just
It's just
so everything starts when it starts? Then
Correct. Yeah. First
Okay.
match. There's even for the live crowd. We're just going right into it, starting out with a bang. Should go to. I think it should be about like 2.5, 3 hours, I believe. I think it says we're till 11. I think so.
all right. So yeah, it's probably like pretty much
Or
exactly
10.
what I'm playing from 8
Maybe
to 11. I'm
10.
doing 2
Oh, there you
sets.
go. Okay. But either way, if you get it on Fight, it'll be available. It doesn't go anywhere. It
No,
doesn't.
which is
You
good.
don't have to watch it
Yeah.
in 48 hours or some
That's all
bullshit.
about Fight. Like if you order like a show from a promotion, it's available until like the next pay-per-view or big show or whatever from that promotion. So
Okay.
if you order it and you don't watch it that night,
I think I still have
I think it depends
the
on
Rebellion, and that was like a month ago. I still have
Yeah.
that. I can
There you
still
go.
watch it. Right.
Yeah.
On the organization, but I could be wrong.
That is, and my Impact Plus was acting up, so I decided to be nice. I just spent like the $10 to watch freaking. Oh, what was that last pay-per-view called? Under Siege. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I actually
Who is Brian? Who is the I guess outside for who is the GSW? Who is a GSW guy or girl? And we're not talking about Hammerstone's the champ, but
Right.
a lot of people know him from MLW.
Right.
Who is GSW?
who's the original?
I guess he's actually who would you consider to be like the face of the company?
Yeah,
Yeah.
who is actually a GSW? Like you go to AW,
Right.
it's Darby Allin, he or
Sure.
MJF. Well, he was an MLW guy, but
Right.
you know what I mean.
Sure.
Like
sure.
who would you consider? If you think this person, you think GSW.
I mean, off the bat, he's not on the card tomorrow, but I mentioned his name earlier. But Gio Galvano, he's one of the guys he's a local guy, but he's fucking awesome. And considering that he's just starting out too,
He
but
was on the.
Oh no, I'm sorry. He is on the card tomorrow. I don't know why I said that. He is on the card tomorrow. He's in the tag match. So it's him and Super Nitro versus Ricky Reyes and Austin
we
Aries.
did bring that up, yeah.
Yeah,
And he was in the match against Hammerstone, right?
Yeah. So he is doing some awesome things. So he's not quite tomorrow will be a big test for him. I mean, the match that he had against Hammerstone, he came up a little bit short, but still did awesome. It was still, great showing. So I'm excited for him. He's one of the guys that I'm definitely
Kind of like watching the indie locals.
Yeah, it's really cool seeing him, mix it up with, and I mean, Ricky Reyes and Austin Aries. I mean, they're those guys have so much history and so much experience too. So
Ring of Honor legends, like
right, yeah, and that's one of the things that I love about GSW too, is that they're talent that they're just bringing in. Like it's a lot of guys. You know, we have names like Richard Holiday. He was just announced yesterday. He's going to be in a 4-way.
Oh, he's going to be in tomorrow too.
He's going to be there. Yeah, he was just announced. Yeah, it's going to be
Caribbean champion.
That's right, Richard Holiday versus Tyson Maddox, who he's another guy who I think he has about like 4 or 5 years experience, but he wrestled at our first show, actually in a one-on-one against Richard Holiday, and it was awesome. So it's Richard Holiday, Tyson Maddox, Wrecking Ball Legursky, who he's another guy, another Northeast guy, and
he kind of off the bat,
yeah,
just the way his presence, the way he walked to the ring and his attire, in a way he reminds me of Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh yeah, that's one of the names that he always gets compared to. I mean, even just his gear that he wears. Yeah, he just wears.
That's what I meant, his gear. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the fourth guy is the Brooklyn Outlaw, Donovan. He's another not local guy, but he's another Northeast guy. So it'll be cool to see. And that's actually, we're crowning our first GSW what is it? No, is it the title match? Yeah. So we have sorry. My phone was going off and I just got super distracted and I was
mine too. Mine went up too and I didn't
what is it? It's attention.
I'm just super distracted with being super distracted.
We're all, that's why we're a retention wrestling disorder, because we're a bunch of ADD kids.
Right. Here, I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm just going to go to the website, which if you want to follow GSW, you can just go on Twitter, go to it's at GSW_pro. And then if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's just at
we'll include that in the link as well.
GSW. Yeah. GSW Pro.
It's going to be included when we post these too. Just so
we'll even have his podcast on the link too.
Hell yeah.
That'll be acknowledged. Shout out to marked out because I can't speak.
No, all good. Yeah, appreciate it. But the 4-way, I mentioned it before, I can't just fuck it up and then move on. It is actually for the open weight. So we have a new belt that we're bringing in. It's kind of along the lines of New Japan. So this is just an open weight belt. So it's not a cruiserweight, not really, anyone. So
like a universal.
I was literally just about to ask you, like, what titles do you guys have there? I was literally just about to ask you that.
Okay, so yeah, we have our GSW World Heavyweight Championship. That's Alex Hammerstone. Then tomorrow we're crowning the first Dream Openweight champion in that 4-way, and then we also have a women's championship that's going to be crowned. That's what the tournament is. So that's the start of it. Yeah, so it starts tomorrow. And then at the 2 shows in August, that's when they finish up. And then we'll be crowning the first GSW Women's Champion at the show on August 21st, which is actually also my birthday. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, so having a fun birthday. Yeah.
You get to crown a women's champion on your birthday.
Right. Yeah.
Cool birthday to have.
Yeah. And then I mentioned High Voltage too. So we actually have championships for High Voltage as well. So Gio Galvano, I keep saying his name, but he's our next generation champion. That's the
next gen
champion. Yeah. And then we have a women's championship as well for High Voltage too.
So that's kind of like New Japan Strong, where they have their
exactly. Yeah, it's very similar to that. So our women's champion for High Voltage is Masha Slamovich right now.
So there are 2 women's champions, so to speak, then.
Yeah, I mean, High Voltage is kind of like its own, it's like separate thing. We have Hammerstone there, and he actually put his GSW World Championship on. Yeah,
I saw that against
against Gio. Yeah. But they also have separate championships as well.
So are you going to be doing other televised events that are separate from High Voltage, and are they going to just be these pay-per-views, or are you going to do
so
other?
Yeah. So High Voltage, that's what High Voltage is. So those are going to be spread out, and those are going to be the matches that we shoot for YouTube. So we'll release a match or 2 a week. Right now we still have a few that haven't been released yet. I'm not actually quite sure, to be honest, about when the next taping is, but There will be another one, and basically there will be a high voltage taping in between the time of the shows in August, I'd imagine.
Pretty cool.
So
And
there
you
will be
get to
another
do
live
all the
show.
pre-production for it, right?
I do some of the pre-production, some of the post. Yeah, some of the stuff for Catalyst, and even some of the promo stuff for our first show, Inception. I was doing some of the video packages, and because again, that's what I went to school for, and that's I like to apply it, especially since I can't wrestle anymore. So I'm like, all right, well, what else can I do outside of actually wrestling? All right, I could also do.
Wait, where'd you go? Where'd you go?
I went to Hofstra.
Oh, you went to Hofstra.
Yeah.
You know, I actually, yeah, they have a very good radio and TV program. I went to NYIT.
Very cool.
Sadly, their program at the time was not as good as what Hofstra was doing. Or, I mean, NASA's got a great radio station too.
They do. Yeah. I mean, it was cool. I commuted. So I went in there, did my thing, and didn't really do the whole school college thing, but learned learn fundamentals and stuff, and just kind of kept it. I would do some, little projects on the side. I actually moved down to Los Angeles back in when was that? 2014.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I worked out there as a video editor it was actually like a tech company, but I was editing videos for their tablets that they were putting out, and so I got a job doing that, and it was bartending, and I actually went to that was another reason why I fell back into love with wrestling. I went to a PWG show when I was out there. Shit. I went to Bola Night 3 of 2014. Ricochet, that was his second time that he won. I think it was his second time. Yeah, second time. That wasn't his first. It was the second time.
I know I've said this a million times on these, but I hate the utilization of Ricochet right now. It's just.
Oh yeah, I was actually just thinking about that today. I'm like, where they just leave him on the shelf? Like, what?
Drop the ball, Ricochet. Like,
I am getting so pissed off with WWE to the.
Yeah, like he never recovered from Super Showdown last year.
No,
he still has not recovered from that.
I mean, at least they gave him a title match, but still,
like the same profession as him, let alone the same ring in that match.
I don't know. That was weird booking.
But if you watch his Evolve stuff and his PWG stuff, it is like some of the best stuff.
Oh, it's crazy. It's insane.
What was that really ridiculous 5-star match a few years ago in PWG? It was the triple tag. It was it was Ray Phoenix and Pentagon.
Okay.
The Young Bucks and Ricochet and Matt Sydal. That is honestly
wow. Okay.
Triple threat tag matches I've ever seen in my life. It was like
that's Excalibur is one of the co-owners of PWG.
Yeah.
Is he? I know he did commentary for them forever. I don't know if he was
no, he's one of the he's one of the as far as I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He's one of the co-owners.
I'll tell you though, I mean, that was the crazy, still to this day, that was still the best match event that I've seen as, just as a fan, just being in the audience, like insane. And that's kind of what, like, I don't want to say that that's what GSW also is, but I mean, at least the venue that we were at.
For it.
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of, if you just go down the roster, it's just name after name. It really is crazy to me.
If you are a fan of wrestling, this is a show for you. I mean, again, you have Deonna Purrazzo, Chris Dickinson. If you love wrestling, you have to watch this show tomorrow.
It's true.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Definitely watch this show. When I have a free minute, I'm going to watch it.
Yes, Austin Aries, come on.
Trisha Dora, Allison Kay.
Yeah. Allison Kay, yeah, definitely. I'd like to see her do something like I'd like to see her find her home company. I mean, she was in NWA, she was in Impact.
Mm-hmm. Well, they just announced her for Ring of Honor. She's in Ring of
Honor.
That's
right. She is in the tournament. That's right.
Ring of Honor is also doing a women's tournament. They
actually have
the title that they after the whole Kelly Klein, situation.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't even know what that was about. I don't.
Well, there's she's got a lawsuit against him right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I have no idea.
Like,
I know there was some stuff that happened with it.
Like, I wish Amanda was here on this podcast because she'd really be able to break it down what's going on with that because she's been on top of that. Wish she was on the podcast.
I think. Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, Amanda. So he was talking about EOW before. You want to tell him what that is, Chuck?
What, me to tell him, or do you want Rod to tell? Because it's Rod's story to tell more than mine. I think this is a Rod story to tell.
Yeah, go ahead. Because
All
he
right.
brought it up earlier.
So like me and my boy Mark, we was in this group called DOW, the Disciples of Wrestling.
Okay.
A bunch of nonsense went down, and we got booted for some garbage. So we decided we was gonna open. We made our own group.
Okay.
And then a few months after that, like September of 2016, I go to him. I was like, you know what? Let's make this different from DOW. Let's not make this one of those groups that all they do is just post news about wrestling. Let's make this different. I was like, why don't we like make a fantasy league? Like have our own wrestling fantasy league.
That'd be cool.
And sure enough, we created it. And now like 5 years later, we're on season 15.
Nice.
I didn't think it was gonna last as long as it has, but it has.
Super.
I'm not gonna say that I have stake in tomorrow's matches, but I kind of do.
Oh, nice.
Let's see what
Those points don't count because it's an indie show.
yeah, like what
What?
we do.
No, it counts.
No.
You're not gonna count tomorrow? Really?
Because
Televised, damn it.
We would count them every like freaking indie, like what's the name did. No,
Right.
Televised though.
Still though.
Damn you, Rod. This is how Rod wins. Doing things like this. This is why he always wins.
Well, okay, why don't you go complain to your general manager about this?
Rigs the system.
He does rig the system with your special game rules and
Go complain to your general manager about this. It was her idea.
No, I blame Rod.
whatever.
No, it's Rod's fault.
No, but like,
Yeah,
basically,
this is what we believe, Rob.
I run a league, and my friend Amanda, she runs the other league, and we compete in each other's leagues.
That's cool. Very cool.
We do like the companies we cover are WWE, NXT, NXT UK, Impact, Ring of Honor, MLW, NWA, AEW, and New
Nice.
Japan.
Very cool.
And as you can tell by my shirt, that I'm a big New Japan drafter.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Very nice.
Oh, lawsuit. Okay. Well, I was a big AEW drafter in the beginning, but Chuck's like, you're blowing your load on that stuff.
yeah,
Was I wrong?
Fantasy no.
Wrong? That's why you can't. No, the trick is you can't. If you go too promotion heavy, like when certain things start to happen, it backfires on you. Like when we do playoff modes, like playoff season, like
Right?
you can't have too many guys in one company because what happens when you know all you guys lose to each other and you break even, and then someone else gets ahead of you because.
Sure.
Or like you have a week where like all your guys in that one promotion compete one day in that week. Isn't that right, Chuck?
First seed, I lost to the 5th seed because the guy I went against had like the counter partners of my New Japan guys, that had extra New Japan guys, and then that week my NXT guys just didn't wrestle, so I lost.
Oh no. Oh,
like
geez.
I had I was hoping for like it was leading up into like one of the last those pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, I should get good points for NXT, and then none of my guys wrestled or even appeared. I was like, what the hell?
Oh my gosh.
I had
Oh, yeah, I'm kind of having that issue right now. I mean, one of my guys is supposed to finally appear tomorrow, but because of Rod, now I don't get to enjoy that.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it's my.
I got stake in the main event.
Go talk to your
Brian.
general manager
Nice.
about that.
I will tell you guys this. I am hoping, Brian, that with due time, Global Syndicate Wrestling becomes a big name and we include it in our fantasy.
I hope so too, man.
Oh,
I hope
I'm
so too.
like really looking forward to the growth of this. I mean,
So stoked. I'm so glad we got you on so early in the game. I'm so glad.
I mean, you go to their YouTube. There are a bunch of matches on there right now. As Brian was saying, it's 2 matches, right, per show.
I think we put out one last time, but there's also like other promos and stuff too that's also included in there. And just to note, I am not ring announcing on this taping. I was actually just I did a lot of the post production stuff and did some of the stuff on there, but No, I was in the
one-
audience on that one, so I got to watch that one just as a fan and just hang out.
But tomorrow you're going live.
Tomorrow I will be yes, I will be live. I will be the one in the ring with the mic, and we also have Sam Laterna and AJ Orsini. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but they will be doing commentary.
Okay.
Sam works a lot with IWTV, and she's on a lot of the independent shows
Okay.
in like the Northeast.
It's still cool.
Yeah, but it should be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it, and yeah.
Do you already? I mean, do you have to? How do you keep those notes in your head? Like, because you have to know weights, right? You weights, town.
Yeah. But I mean, for the most part, I'm familiar with all the talent that are on the card. But I have note cards too that I have beforehand that just has kind of, a little just shortcuts or whatever, just the information that I need and go from there.
Now, what you said local, so a few of those guys, are they local New Jersey guys or?
No, I think when I say local, I just mean like Northeast, kind of some Jersey, some New York.
State area mostly, right?
Yeah. I think some of the people actually, I know Wrecking Ball works a lot at
New England a little bit too, right?
Yeah, he's New England, right? For I think New England, was it just New England Wrestling or New England Pro Wrestling?
Doesn't Pennsylvania have a good scene too for wrestling? They have a lot of independent promotions too, don't they?
I believe so. Off the top of my head, I can't really know. I don't know where GCW runs out of. They're kind of all over the place. Game Changer, right? Yeah.
I think that's Jersey, isn't it?
Is it? It might be. Yeah, you're right. I think
There
it is
are
Jersey.
a lot of promotions in Jersey.
There are a lot in Jersey.
You know who's from Jersey and had no wrestling experience, even though there's a vast number of them? Enzo Amore.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, right.
No, there was a shoot with Simon Gotch, and he goes, "What does New Jersey have a vast number of wrestling schools? How many days did Enzo have training prior to the meeting? 0."
Apparently, you can't teach that.
So hard.
I see what you did there. But yeah, in fact, actually, as soon as when we wrap this up, I'm probably gonna be getting my notes together and getting prepared and doing all my last minute stuff that getting the suit all ironed and all that jazz.
I think I want to be a guest ring announcer just so I can pull an Eva Marie.
Oh God! Don't even bring her up. Why do you have to bring her up?
Because it annoys you, and that's the only reason.
Then you'll get your ass whooped for that.
Yeah, well, yeah, Eva Marie, she should. Whatever. We're all fans here. Fuck it. I don't like that she's back. I don't think she's good. I am not a fan. No, as a fan,
this revolution did not need. It's her return.
What I'm pissed
somebody as good as Mickey James.
We don't need an evolution.
Bring the Iconics back. We should get Iconics for Eva Marie.
Right?
I don't know like how crazy you guys get into it, but I put on my fan character and
right.
Things
I always try to stay positive. That's always my
I do too, but it doesn't work half the time.
Right. Sometimes it's
I'm the negative guy.
Oh yeah.
Jay, you're very outspoken about it too.
Yeah.
You have strong opinions. There have been many of these podcasts where you will rant for an hour straight and no one getting the word in edgewise because you were so angry.
Right?
Why? Because Riho stole the title opportunity from Britt Baker?
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, you said she's not going to beat Sheeta, but mark my words, Britt Baker, Sheeta later. Sorry, Rod. I'm not sorry.
Okay.
Rod really believes that Britt Baker's not going to win this title. It's so adorable.
Double or nothing.
It's kind of cute that he thinks that she's
not.
I
think it's about time.
Because this Friday is the 1 year anniversary celebration of Sheeta title reign.
Yeah, goodbye anniversary. Enjoy it while you still can.
67 days, longest reigning AEW champion.
Right.
Your winner.
Oh yeah.
Britt Baker couldn't even beat Nyla Rose, but I was supposed to say I believe she's gonna beat Sheeta. Okay.
That's what's so great about like just being a fan, man. You just say what you want, and I mean, then there are fans like, that they get what's going on, but then there are people who are probably really thinking this, and you're just like, oh boy.
There's two types of fans. There's fans like us, and then there are fans that are just like whatever.
Right.
Two types of
I'll come in. I'll cut out a rant on Riho, but at the end of the day, I'll probably, if I saw her in person, I'd hang out with her. But the fan in me, same thing with like John Cena.
Oh boy.
Same thing with John Cena.
Brian, this is what happened, Brian. Like, Jay asked Rio out on a date. She would politely turn him down. He still hasn't gotten over it yet. That's why he hates it so much.
Yeah. Well, as the in-ring character, yes.
I don't know all of you that on the Chris Jericho cruise in 2020, I met Riho and she was cool as shit.
I'm sure she was.
No,
I'm sure she was.
One day, me and my buddy were going back to our room to like change quickly and like go out and about. And in the area of like where our cabin was, Kenny Omega's cabin was like in the same general area, and he was like walking by with Rio, so we were chatting with them for a minute. They were
That's cool.
Tell Brian who your best friend is from the cruise.
Oh yes, so me and my buddy could not shake Jake Hager the entire time.
Who?
Jake Hager became our best friend.
Oh really?
Hager.
We were at the bar. We were chatting with him. I was trying to like ask him like
yeah.
We learned what a Hager bomb would entail.
Okay.
Just Jaeger bomb. So we had
Hager. Yeah, there you go.
Pepper drink apparently.
Oh, nice.
Him, and also we got really in with Marco Stunt, who could.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Size. He might be a small dude, but that guy could drink for his size.
I've never met him. But that's interesting.
Never would have thought that. He
right.
For a guy of his size.
How does the fan in you not scream out? You're going to be introducing people you've watched in the ring. So
I don't know. It is interesting. Like, I don't know. I mean, the last show in February, again, like I was so more like concentrated on just being so nervous about like being out in society and like having to wear my mask and like, so now things are,
I don't want to get sick while I'm doing this.
Yeah. So I was more worried about that. Like that was really my main concern. But so I don't know. Tomorrow will be it'll be interesting because obviously things are a little bit looser. But I don't know. It's something. I don't want to say like it doesn't faze me, because it definitely is. It's an honor to just even like be on the same involved with the card. Really,
right?
Yeah. But I don't know. You just don't. I don't know. It just I can't really explain it. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it would bother. I think. Yeah. I think that's great that you kind of get. You're working with people that you've been watching, and that's pretty cool.
It is super cool, and I hope to to learn a thing or two, and because they've been around how many ring announcers in their career.
Well, I'm sure for you, like when you were like doing like hosting shows, announcing bands, if like you had a national show on one of your shows, it was probably like the same thing.
Sure. Yeah, when I got to meet Brett from Fuel, that was pretty cool for me. But I've already kind of met him. I met him like even before that show through my friends at Kill Code, and then I also played one of his other bands on my other show.
Yeah, for sure.
He was cool. So it was, I guess, it was kind of cool being like, oh, shit, I'm working a show.
Yeah.
With
you're just professional about it, and
for nationals that you idolize. It was like the time I opened for GSW, and it was the coolest fucking thing in the world to me, and I'm still like 12 years high on it.
Yeah, right. Like I'm sure there are like exceptions. Like I've met living on Long Island. I'm sure you guys know. Like I've met Mick Foley before, but like he's one of my favorites.
I never have.
You never ran into
never have.
I have a funny Mick Foley story actually, and it's not my personal. It's a buddy of mine. The same guy I went on the cruise with.
Oh, really?
His family was looking to buy a house out in East Setauket.
Okay.
So he went with them looking at the house, and my buddy didn't know anything. He didn't know anything. He just was looking at the house with his family.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this like big like basement room. It's like a coved room, and it was all Mick Foley stuff. So it was like my buddy was like, "Oh, this guy must be a big Mick Foley fan." Come to find out, it was his son Dewey's like room, and it was Mick Foley's house.
Whoa! What?
Yeah, my friend's parents almost bought Mick Foley's house like 10-ish years ago. I want to say it was like.
Oh
10
wow!
That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's
I know
crazy.
now for a fact that he lives in Garden City Park somewhere because like they've aired it on. Like,
Yeah.
he's like,
Oh, okay.
he lives like not far from where I work.
Which is down the road from where I grew. I mean, I grew up in Rockville Center, so
Not too far.
What?
Yeah, not too far.
yeah. So that is like that sucks for me now living in Florida. Like, damn it, I could have still lived near
Right.
Holy, but yeah, I mean, I've never met him. I met the Undertaker when I was in. Did I tell this story on the show yet?
I don't know. I don't think so.
All right, so
It's a good story to tell.
I had this habit when I was younger. You know, remember the photo albums? And I still have them. Where the old photo albums with the sticky side, you put it
Sure.
in. You
Yes,
put the little.
funny story about that. I used to have one of those. That's where I kept my WCW 1991 cards.
Okay, so I would make a habit of cutting out pictures of the magazines and, you know, putting them in these albums, like this person versus that person. And Undertaker was at Tower Records
Nice.
in Garden City.
Oh, wow.
So I happened to have a picture of him that I cut out, and I'm like, maybe I can get him to sign this. So, you know, he was there in his biker gear. But this was promoting the very first Austin Taker SummerSlam match.
Nice.
98. Oh yeah,
So 98, yeah.
Yeah, that's the SummerSlam at the Coliseum. Well,
So I went there, you know, was on the line. I was just like, hey man, you know, what I didn't know what to say to this dude. I'm a stupid college kid here with I give him the thing to sign, and he opens the flap up. He's like, this is a little sticky. What you been doing with my like? And I had to explain, you know, it's just a photo. It was like, oh, damn. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Doesn't that? That makes him take it that much better.
That was just like, oh, I was just like, okay, how do you recover from that shit? But no, he signed it. It was pretty fucking cool.
That's awesome.
I remember, I met Mick Foley. I met Edge like when he was first starting out at Tri-County Flea Market. That was fun.
What was he doing? Tri-County Flea Market?
This was like 1999. Like this is when he was still in the Brood.
Okay,
nice.
so
years ago. No, I was like 12 at the time.
They have a good Tri-County Flea Market's in Levittown, right?
Yeah.
They have a great Chinese restaurant over there, Fortune Wheel.
Ooh,
yeah, across street.
Yeah, I would go there.
It's the Fortune Wheel was by the movie theater. I don't think it might still be. I know the place you're talking about. I think that's by the movie theater.
Okay.
Further down Ipswich Turnpike.
I lived by there for a while in Wanto, but
did you?
Yeah, see, this is what we're talking about, Brian. This is where attention wrestling disorder.
It's all good.
This is like, I mean, this is what we do, but
I do have to kind of
all right. So yeah, we don't want to keep you if you know you got your thing to do, but thank you for doing this.
No, thank you guys for. I mean, yeah, no, thank you for having me on, and I hope you guys enjoy the show tomorrow.
We will.
If you get the chance to
get your plugs in now, Brian.
Get my plugs, yeah. Well, first of all, go follow Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. That's really the podcast that I've been a part of for the past, just like five and a half years now. We've been going, but you can find us on YouTube. We're on Podbean and basically anywhere you listen to your podcast, you can find us. But as far as GSW goes, go follow us on Twitter. That's at GSW_pro, or you can just go to gswpro.com if you want to learn about the roster, or there's also merch available at Pro Wrestling Tees. So you just search Global Syndicate Wrestling. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at MarkedOutBT. Also on Instagram at.
You have a Pro Wrestling store too?
I don't have a Pro Wrestling Tees store yet. I actually yesterday.
Doesn't Marked Out have something? Doesn't Marked Out have merch?
Yeah, well, we have merch. Yeah, you can go to Marked Out Gear. Although we also have merch on. It's actually not Pro Wrestling Tees. It's their sister store. It's called BelowTheCollar.com.
Yeah.
We have some shirts available there. We also have a discount code with Collar and Elbow brand. So 10%
Oh,
off.
cool.
Just use
Guys,
the
we have
code
something to talk about now.
But yeah, mostly
Attention Wrestling Disorder merch. What?
there you go.
Hey,
Yeah,
you can have
mostly just watch the show tomorrow. That's what I'm stoked
Yeah.
for. But thank you guys for having me on, man. It was a blast
course,
talking
yeah,
wrestling
my
with you.
pleasure, bro.
So we'll see him tomorrow as the official ring announcer for Global Syndicate
That's right.
Syndicated
Syndicate.
Syndicate
Yeah.
Syndicate Wrestling. Global
Yeah.
Syndicate Wrestling.
Yeah.
Of course, I had it right the first time. And anyway, 6:45 time, which is actually a little unusual, right? Because aren't most shows like 6 p.m., 7?
Yeah, it is a
That's
little
still
weird.
pretty cool.
Honestly, it is a little weird. Yeah,
6
I'm
a.m.,
curious
so
at
gotta
that
go
too.
the NWA route.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, we're starting our own thing.
Is that considered bell time?
I mean,
Is that-
I guess so. I actually know. I think it's 7:00 is bell time. But when I find out, I'll message one of you guys and I'll let you know. But
Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow, Fight TV app. Go now. Go to Fight now and
TV.
order it, man.
that's right.
Yeah.
Order it.
And remember that we will post all of these links.
Yeah. Oh,
The,
cool.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Yes.
And
will be-
also,
check out Mr. Brian. We like him. He's a good guy. Show him love.
I know if you got to go, like, yeah, well, thank you so much. I do want to promote one more thing, but if you have to bounce off.
No, it's cool. I can hang. Yeah, I'm good.
I just want to say, he has his podcast, but this Attention Wrestling Disorder, we've been on YouTube for a while, but officially we're about to become an actual, call ourselves a podcast, because I think now you can get us on Anchor.
We are officially on
Nice.
Anchor. Yes, there's a few I need to back.
You're
up,
officially, I mean,
majority
you
of our-
started putting our stuff
but
up.
Anchor.
Very cool.
Yes, everything as of tonight, everything will be on Anchor. There's a couple I have to backlog, but like little over half are on there. This one will be on there as soon as we're done, along with the YouTube.
I'm excited about that because, yeah, you can watch us, rate, review, subscribe, all that stuff on YouTube, and then on Anchor. You can
Nice.
start listening in your car and shit, which is cool. Along with Marked Out, man.
That's right. Listen to both of them.
Do it.
All right.
Do it up.
So, you have anything to add, Rod? So we can let this guy get ready for a show.
Covered everything.
What'd you say?
You guys are pretty much covered everything.
Everything sounds good.
Cool.
All right. So,
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, thank you for listening. Thank you for Brian for coming on and plugging his endeavors. Watch his show tomorrow night. Support Global
Syndicate.
Support Marked Out. Support all things Brian, and we will see you in a couple weeks with our next episode.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
guys.
And I might bring a special guest to the show. I mean, we do have someone coming, but someone else might be coming too. Rod's going to love what I have planned.
I'm excited for that.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's going to be interesting what I got planned. Anyway.
Oh, I'm sure it will be too.
All right. Well, all right. Ryan,
Cool.
all right. We'll see you guys later. Boom.
Boom. Just too sweet.